Faria, are you ready?
Yep,
Okay.
already.
Okay, and I'm going to introduce Faria. Just a minute. Let me pull out her introduction. I think all of you have seen the flyer, beautiful flyer. So Faria Jafri is a mompreneur, to be noted. She has, how old is your daughter,
She's 3.
Faria?
She's
3. Okay. And Faria is a project management professional, sales funnel enthusiast. And she's working as a resourcing coordinator at the global engineering consultant firm. She's a freelance content writer, and she is a digital marketing business. She has her own business, and she's pursuing the Masters of Management, Innovation and Entrepreneurship at Queen University. So Faria, this is the introduction you have sent me, but I would like to touch one more thing. If you see, there is a painting behind me, right? And this is the creation of Faria. So she is an amazing artist as well. She attended or she presented a few of our workshops around that as an artist. But today she is in another role. So Faria, before you start, how do you manage your 24 hours? This is something I would love to know. When I was reading all this with a baby, 3 years old, and I know she keeps you very, very busy. How do you do everything?
No sleep. Basically. Run on fumes, and I have a very supportive mother. So she's like right now, she's taking care of her, so I can do the presentation in peace. So yeah, it takes a village, right? So yeah, that's how I survive.
Yeah, it's so inspiring to see that being a mother, you are doing so many things, and you keep on exploring for your own self. Welcome, and I think my group is here, and floor is yours.
Fantastic. All right. Hi, everybody. Sasrikal, Namaskar, and Assalamu alaikum. I'm going to be speaking mostly in English, but I can repeat stuff and I can say the words in Hindi to the best of my abilities. So you can always stop me. I'm trying to look at the messages. And Usmanti, if I don't see a message, can you please just tell me? All right. Okay, let's get started. Sorry about the light that's hitting my eye. That's why I keep scooting to the right. I can't figure out why. There's like a huge window. So if you see me scooching to the right, that is why. Okay. Can everybody see? Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. All right. So foundational steps to become an entrepreneur, which is fantastic because I just finished reading a very intense book on entrepreneurships as a pre-reading for my master's program. So I've got even more insights to share with you all. Uzmanti has already done a fantastic intro for me. I don't think I need to go too far much, but I will just give a little bit of an idea of what I do for my business. I'm basically like to call myself like a Robin to your Batman. So I'm your sidekick, you're the hero of your business story, and I like to help make sure that it is the dream business that you want it to be, without all the algorithm problems, because I love algorithms. I'm in project management, so I love critical analysis. I love algorithms. So, I can enjoy my part and you can enjoy your part. Oh, and my business name is Master Solutions, which is an amalgamation of all my family's names. All right. So before we go into entrepreneurship, it is very, very important to note that service-based and product-based steps don't look the same. Okay, they are, it's the same guide, but your actual tasks will look very different from each other because you're selling different things, right? If someone tells you otherwise, if someone says, oh yeah, this technique you can use for service or product based, run the other way because that's just not true. You're looking at a different kind of need that you're fulfilling. You're looking at a different kind of offer that you're selling. And you're looking at different obstacles to selling, so it's not going to look the same. The guiding principles can be very similar, so what we're going to go over, everyone has to do that, whatever kind of business you're starting. But it's still, the actual tasks are going to look very different. So we're going to go over the basics. We're not going to go intensely into service-based versus product-based, but at the end, I will be giving examples of what a service-based versus product-based can look like. And if you do have an idea, or if you have an offer that you're thinking about, and you want to talk about it, I'm more than happy, because I love talking about this stuff, and I can talk about it for hours. So if you have an idea, if you want to validate something, um, just let me know and we can go over it after the presentation. Okay. Step number 1 is identifying a problem. If your service or your product is not solving a problem, then no one's going to buy it, right? If you're not solving the right problem, no one's going to buy it. Or if your potential buyers don't even know that this problem exists, even though they're suffering from this problem, you're not going to have buyers. So if, for example, you're a fitness expert and you know that hormonal imbalances cause weight gain, if you're trying to sell fixing your hormones, like a system to fix your hormones or recipes to fix your hormones, and your buyer doesn't understand that, hey, my weight is a result of imbalanced hormone, that's the problem, then you're not going to be selling it to them because they don't know that it's a problem. So you have to understand from the buyer's situation what is a problem for them and talk to them that way, right? So I'm not going to tell XYZ person like me that, hey, you have imbalanced hormone. No. I'm going to go, you have a weight loss problem, or you have health problems that I know. I can very well tell you that, yes, I have health problems. I might not be able to tell you I have hormonal problems. And then, so going back, if I was a business person, hey, you have a health problem, you're not losing weight, these are your problems, I can help you solve it. Okay, so you have to understand what they consider a problem, even though your solution might be hormonal, or might be fitness based, or might be medication based, whatever it may be. Your solution can be different, but you need to identify a problem from the customer's side, not from your angle. Okay. A great way to identify some problems, to figure out a business idea, is thinking about what problems you have faced. That's a great you know best business ideas come out of someone who faced a problem themselves, right? So for example, if you carpool, okay, you carpool with your kids, and with your kids and your neighbors' kids and anyone else, every morning you have the same problem where nobody knows who is going to be carpooling that day. And you create a system for, like, this day, this person's going to carpool, this day, this person's going to carpool, this day, this person's carpool. And you create maybe an app around the carpooling that you can give other people. This is a problem that you have faced, you have solved, and then you can sell it to other people. So this like finding a problem that you're facing yourself, fantastic idea. Or let's say, what other problems have you faced? With COVID, for example, right? Nobody wants to open doors anymore. So someone came up with a very, very simple idea of creating a metal hook that goes on your keychain, because that was a problem that they were facing. And now everybody has that metal hook on their keychain, right? So that's a product-based idea. Then there's service-based ideas. Another thing before I like coming up with a solution that a lot of people struggle with is, oh, I have to have this revolutionary, unique solution that no one's ever thought of before. You know, I can guarantee you whatever you've thought of, someone else has thought of. Not that you are not extra special. You are very, very special, but it's because we ourselves are all products of our experiences and society. And we're all basically living in the same society and have very similar experiences, which is a plus when you go to sell something. But when you try and be unique, it's not going to be helpful. What will be unique is you, your voice, your personality. In other words, your brand, your messaging. That will be unique. There are thousands and thousands of sales funnel experts, and every one of them is a coach. What makes me different is the way I teach, is my story, right? That's not the same as everyone else. Not everyone can say, hey, I'm a mompreneur, I come from a project management background, and I'm doing masters in entrepreneurship. Not everyone gets to say that, but I get to say that. And I have my own voice, I have my own way of teaching, which is not going to be the exact same as a big funnel expert is Russell Brand. It's that is going to be unique. I'm teaching the exact same thing that Russell Brand is teaching, but the way I teach is going to be much different than the way Russell Brand teaches, because he's teaching thousands of people and I'm teaching like 6 or 7 people at a time, right? So don't think of your solution as what has to be unique. Your brand and your story has to be unique. That goes along with that solution. Okay. The last point on identifying a problem, which we kind of go over, is when you decide that, hey, this is the problem I'm going to solve, which I'm facing myself, your ideal client, whoever you're going to be selling it to, only needs to be 10 steps behind you. So then we're going to go into marketing, our target market in a bit. But so you're the carpool person, you've already solved your problem. That is you being 10 steps ahead of someone who's having that problem right now. You don't need to be Tony Robbins to be teaching people how to sell. You don't need to be like Russell Brand to be teaching people how to do sales funnel. I'm not Russell Brand. I'm not making millions yet, inshallah. But that doesn't mean I can't teach someone who's never done a sales funnel how to do a sales funnel, right? If you are not, I don't want to use the word fitness, because fitness, you have to do some certifications. But there are so many people that sell their system when they have lost XYZ amount of weight. Like, so if someone is, let's say 350 pounds and you were 350 pounds and you lost up to 200 pounds, that space of 150 is all you need to tell somebody, hey, look, this worked for me, so I can sell it to you and you try it too and lose that 150 pounds. That's a huge difference to someone who's at 350. You don't need to be like, 100 pounds to teach someone at 350 how to get down, okay? You only need to be 10 steps ahead of them. So when you have decided on your solution, you got to research. I promise you, this is going to be the hardest part. But once you do your market research, your niche research, it's going to be smooth sailing, because then you know exactly what problem you're solving and who you're solving for. So this is going to be the time where you're going to spend your most amount of time. Okay, so this is where I would even, kind of take out your wallet and spend, if you have to spend, to find good market research. Okay, but you don't have to. There's so many tools that will help you get all the market information you want. there's Google Console, there's Answer the Public, Ask the Public, there is Answer Socrates. There are so many tools for market research and a lot of them are free. Google being the best one out there. If you want the tools, I can send them in the group. That's not a problem at all. And you're gonna have to figure out how big is your market. If your market is too small, then you're gonna have really hard trouble selling to that. It's really, really important that you niche down, but you still have to make sure wherever you're niching down is basically, finding that one person that you can sell to. But even when you're niching down, you have to make sure that the market, like the amount of that XYZ person, exists in enough space that you can sell to them. Okay. So basically, agar aap, if you're trying to sell to me, and you're like, Faria is my ideal client, Faria is the one I want to sell to, you need to find at least like 200, 300, 400 Farias to sell to. But find Faria. Don't go, okay, I'm going to find Faria, then I'm going to find Usmanti, then I'm going to find Hafsa. Find Farias that are in bulk so that you can sell to them. Okay. The next is, how accessible is your target market? Okay. So it's not just about selling to your target market. It's about how accessible you are. If you are a product-based business, is it easy for you to sell from Canada to India? Is it easier for you to sell from Canada to USA? USA is a great market for product-based businesses, for e-commerce businesses, right? Because the market is huge. It's actually I've noticed that more Canadian entrepreneurs who are e-commerce, like selling lunch boxes, selling homemade lipsticks and everything of that sort, sell to US and make more profit than selling to Canada. So that's something to consider too, right? Like how accessible are your markets? Do you want to go to UK? Do you want to stay within your region? So think about that, and not just location, but also there are language barriers. Will your target market understand what you're trying to sell? So taking that into account too. Now, does your target market have a reason to buy? Because like I said before, you might be thinking that, hey, this is a problem that I'm solving for them, but they might be thinking, actually, no, it's not a problem for me, because they don't understand that it's a problem. This is where it goes into customer awareness, which is a little more in-depth level, but what the basic of that is, does your customer know about their problem? So how aware is your customer? Are they completely unaware? Are they somewhat aware? Or are they very aware? If you want to discuss that, I can definitely discuss that. It's a little more in depth and it takes a lot more research, but it's doable. Okay. Share your solution. Now, this is a part where a lot of people are like, ooh, I have this fantastic idea. I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm going to hide it. It's like my fantastic idea. I don't want to tell anybody. Someone's going to take it away. Like we just talked about, I can almost guarantee someone already has your idea. And it's not just about having the idea, it's actually about doing the idea. So even if someone has that idea, doesn't mean that they're actually going to act on it, right? That they're actually going to make it come true. So for example, Instagram and Facebook, they can copyright their algorithms like TikTok has, but very easily anyone in China can knock it off. Right? It doesn't take that much. It's not that hard. Even manufacturer details. In fact, I'm going to support you going into the manufacturer details of other competitors and finding who their manufacturers are. So for example, like if you're selling jewelry, right? And you want to sell jewelry like Missouri, there is a website where you can actually find out majority manufacturers and where they're getting their products from, and then go to that manufacturer and buy from them too. So there's no way to actually stop people from taking your ideas. So and you can't copyright an idea anyways. So share your solution. When you're figuring out who your market is, who your ideal client is, tell them, hey, this is a solution that I have to this problem. Does it resonate with you? Will you buy this solution? Right? That's very important, because if you do it in the beginning stage, then you're not wasting your time developing this product or this service and realizing later that, oh wait, this solution no one wants to buy, and you have already invested so much time and money, and some people completely like leave their jobs and everything and go after their business because they're passionate. It's great to be passionate, but just ensure that whatever you're passionate about, actually someone's going to buy it, because your buying customer, a buying consumer is very important before you jump into selling.
Faria,
Yep.
Faria,
Yep.
if I give you an example that this is my product and I would like to sell, can you take that example and fit into all these, right?
Yep.
If I
Yep.
have an idea that I'm going to design a costume for Halloween, glow in the dark costume,
Yep.
right? So can you take that example and tell us about this, how to find the market?
Yep, for sure. So, first you look for all Halloween markets, right? You're gonna find out the Halloween market share. So, you know what? Give me 1 second. I'll see if I can share my screen. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. So, first things first, I'll do Google Trends, right? So, if I want to do a Halloween costume, I'll look up the Halloween costume. It's just Google Trends. And you can see, exactly when everybody's searching for it. Okay. So already, okay, I'm going to sell it during this because that's the highest number, that's 100. And it's not, that's not the number of searches, that's actually a percentile. So it's like, 100% kind of situation. And then you can look at the regions that are searching. So you can go by city, you can go by regions, whatever works. So you can look, okay, this is where my target market could be. Okay, so that's another way. And then you're gonna find, okay, related queries. So maybe I want to figure out Halloween ideas, or I want to figure out Halloween ideas 2020. So I would actually go into Halloween ideas 2020 and see what worked and what went well. Okay, and so that's one. I have so many tools, I can't even. So that's one way. And then we go answer the public, which is another way. Then you're going to figure out, okay, so you can choose Canada if that's where you want to concentrate on.
These sites are for products or services as well?
You can work for both things. Like instead of Halloween costume, you could have said mortgage, right? Mortgage insurance, yeah. So answer the public is another one. Sorry, it takes a little bit. Okay. So then you can figure out, okay, what kind of questions are people asking, right? Halloween costume when pregnant, Pringles can Halloween costume, wolf Halloween costume. There's so many questions. And then once you realize that, okay, look, there are actually so many questions regarding Halloween costume, but are there the same amount of questions for glow up Halloween costume, right? So I would go back and I would go again. glow in the dark. Wait. I'll do the same with Google Trends. So you see 101. That's pretty good too. It's not as much as Halloween costumes, obviously, but that's pretty good. So so far it's looking like it's a viable business idea, right? So you're gonna do the same. Glow in the dark Halloween costume. So it's not the best, but we can try going back a little bit. I wouldn't go 5 years, quite a bit, but yeah. So maybe, but that doesn't mean there's nothing, like they don't search for it at all. It could just mean you need to change your wording too. So keep that in mind. Like not everyone's gonna say it in the way you're gonna think of it. Okay. You have to play around for it a bit.
So one is Google Trend, one is Answer the Public.
Yeah. One's Google Trend, one's Answer the Public. So you can actually look at queries that are similar. So a lot of them are like stars, bowling category, fish, mini golf. They're not enough about Halloween costumes, but there are 107 hits for Halloween costume, glow in the dark. So it's not completely bad. It's just there's not enough there. Another way is looking at Uber suggest words. So finding SEO words through which you can find how many there are. So if you go Halloween, glow in the dark costume, again, all these tools I can definitely send to everybody. That's not a problem at all.
Yes, please, because these are all new for me.
There are so many tools nowadays. It's incredible. Seriously.
Thank you so much for sharing it with us. Because I just know to Google it. Just everything I just Google.
Well, yeah, but like Google is really fantastic too, because that's where most of this information is coming from.
Yeah.
But Google doesn't analyze it for you, right?
Right.
You need something that analyzes it. So with glow in the dark. So according to Uber Suggest, which is by Neil Patel, he's like a top marketing expert. The search volume is 720, which again, you're looking at percentile. It's not. It's not like 720 people visited. It's like percentile, and which is really high compared to like last year. It's really high. So again, it's good. Is like there are people are looking for it. It's just not showing up in Google Trends. And then after that, what was I thinking? Then you can search directly into Google. Okay, you've looked at it. People are looking for it. Halloween costume, glow in the dark. Sorry, not stick figure. And then I have an extension that actually shows me how many people have looked at XYZ number. So like on Pinterest, for example, 62 people out of 245 million people have looked at glow in the dark costume ideas. So that's fairly less. But yeah, even on Amazon, only 300 people. This is an actual limit. This is not a percentile. 300 people out of 744 million people have looked at glow in the dark costumes. So now it's not looking like maybe it's not something that people are really searching for, right? And this this extension, I can tell you the name of this extension too. It's called Keywords Everywhere. And
How
that's
do you
the name
spell
of the
it?
extension. Keywords Everywhere. KEYWORDS space EVERYWHERE. So there are lots of places. I mean, I can go into more because you can see how many I have here. Like, there. Oh, another great one is SEMrush. This is where you need to kind of take out your money. But if you actually, if you just want to go the easiest route to get all the information, SEMrush is your friend. But sometimes you just need to take out your wallet for it. So that's yeah. But SEMrush is fantastic. SEMrush is one of the best ways. You can actually look up your competitors' information. You can go, like, you can look at traffic analytics, find a competitor for Halloween glow in the dark, put their email address, and you can get all their information, like all their traffic, all their niche, all their basically all their market information. But it takes it. I think there's only a few times you can do it for free, and then you need to pay. So SEMrush, SEM. I can actually, you know what? Let me drop it in our chat so that. How can I drop it in our chat? It's not letting me open up. Nope. I might have to stop sharing for 2 seconds. Yep, Google Analytics is true. And Keyword Everywhere is the tool that I use. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, this is the hardest part. This is the part where you do the most research. You can outsource this. You can tell somebody, hey, can you go and find all the market information for me, right? Uh, that's totally possible. I do that too. And then everyone has their own way of doing it and their own kind of outline that they give you. But that's one thing that you can do. If it's too many tools, then you can't do them. Okay. So yeah. Okay. All right. So that was all about the market. Next is build your client profile. So after you've seen, okay, yes, there is someone named Faria who'll buy this from me, right? The next step would be figuring out everything about Faria. What's Faria's age? Is she a mom? What's her like? Where does she live? How old is she? What does she do for work? What does she do for fun? Uh, like what does she like to eat? Like everything that you can learn about someone, you have to build a profile around it. um, I just do it on an Excel sheet. You can do it on a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be too fancy. You don't have to use an app for it. You can even get so many samples online where they will just tell you every single questions that you need to have answered about your client. So that's one way to do it, which is simple and easy. But like we just talked about, your best client is your past self because you are going to relate to them the most, and the more authentic you can be, because you're just going to talk to them as if they were the old you. You're going to be authentic, you're going to be honest, and you, because you actually understand them, you're going to be the most empathetic, like it's like talking to your sister or talking to your best friend, right? Because it's your past self. You're going to build the most amount of trust that way. That is the best way to get an ideal client, because you understand their pain more than anyone, because you were that person a year ago, 2 years ago. So that is so important when trying to solve someone's problem, because if I don't feel like you hear me, if I don't feel like you actually understand my problem, even though you might have a fantastic business solution, I don't want to trust you, right? And if they don't trust you, they're not going to pay you what you're worth. So that's very important. And it's not just about the demographics, right? It's not just about, okay, Faria is this year old, Faria has these many kids, Faria does this for work. This is all very surface level stuff. You need to go in deeper. You need to figure out what does Faria fear? What is she scared of? What are her beliefs? And beliefs, not just religious beliefs, that's more demographic, um, but belief about her life. Like, how does she think she is currently? Again, I'm going to go back to the fitness example because that's the easiest for me, because that I can apply very easily. And I just had a fitness client who I did everything for. So, what does Faria fear as a fitness guru's ideal client? Faria fears not being able to spend enough time with her daughter because of her weight. What are Faria's beliefs? Faria believes that she should be spending quality time with her daughter. Faria believes that she should have the energy at her age. What does Faria value? Faria values, you know, her education. Faria values being able to be an entrepreneur. Faria values teaching. What does Faria dream about? Being a tech millionaire and kicking out Jeff Bezos. So, so you have to think about what are your clients' aspirations, because they fit into why your client wants to buy something, right? It's not as simple as, oh yeah, I need a lipstick and I want to buy a lipstick. I'm just going to buy it. No, that's not what MAC or Sephora or I can't even think of lipsticks. Urban Decay, that's not what they're selling. They're not selling lipsticks, because everybody's selling lipsticks. You can get a lipstick at, what's it called? NYX. You can get a lipstick at Walmart, but that's not what they're selling, right? MAC is selling this belief that you should be beautiful, right? You should be fabulous. That's what they're selling. They're not selling a lipstick. And that's when they know their fears too, right? Same with Apple. Ooh, Apple is a great example of this. Apple's not really selling a phone, right? They're selling a lifestyle, and they know this because they know that their ideal client, has a fear of missing out on things, right? I have a perfectly good phone, but I saw the other day the news that Apple's coming out with a new phone, and I'm like, ooh. I went to my mom like, are we gonna be upgrading our plan anytime soon? Because I want the new phone, even though my phone is perfectly fine. But Apple knows that whatever they're gonna say is latest technology, even though I already have a phone, I'm gonna want it because I have a fear of not having the latest thing, not being, the one with the best technology out there. They know that, so that's what they're selling. So I'm not saying be like Apple and be like scammy, but understand their fear, because a lot of people buy from a place of fear or beliefs or values, and no matter how much we rationalize buying, like any product we buy, we look at their reviews, we try and see, we do like so many YouTube videos on seeing if this is a good product or not. That's all rational steps, but the actual action of buying is a very emotional step. Why do you think Jeff Bezos got so rich at this time? Because everyone's at home, everyone is going through a collective mental trauma, and it, like, buying was just therapy, right? It was therapy for a lot of people, and the easiest way to buy, because everything was closed, was on their phone through Amazon, right? And the reason why people bought so much is because it's click, 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 right? That instant feeling of, oh, I bought something and it's gonna come at my door. That's what made Jeff Bezos really, really rich. And so That's so buying, no matter what, is going to be an emotional action. So keep that in mind um, when you're creating your client profile. Okay. All right. This is kind of my favorite part because, like I said, your idea is not new. Someone has thought of it. There are millions of sale funnel experts. There are millions of people selling lipstick. There are millions of fitness gurus, mortgage brokers, real estate, whatever you might be doing. There are so many of them. So researching your competition is important because being the first at creating something, at creating a product, a service, is actually not going to get you that many buyers because uh, the market is not aware, right? The market doesn't know that this service or product is actually good. So being the first is actually not a good thing. But if you go, but you want to be one of the beginning trendsetters. So, for example, if there is a revolutionary new app, right? Uh, like MySpace, for example. MySpace was one of the first ones, right? Facebook wasn't the first. Actually, there were a lot of social media apps before Facebook. So, but Facebook persevered because it took market research and examples and problems that MySpace and all the other small based social media websites went through, and they improved on it. So that's exactly what you want to do with your research competition. You need to find, okay, who else is making the Halloween glow in the dark costume, right? What are they doing? What are they doing well? What are they doing that's not that great? What is their marketing strategy? Think about that. Is so important. You have to think about what their marketing strategy is. You do not need to reinvent the wheel. If if something is working, just go with it, right? You don't need to do something new just to sell it. You can improve on it, and I'm not saying like copy everything, but you adopt it, right? For example, I know someone who took, so Russell Brand is a coach, and I know someone who took whatever Russell Brand coaches, and she took everything and she put it into her own kind of way. But it's the same concept. It's like 007 mission. That's his branding, right? It's the 007 mission. She does the exact same thing, but she does it like um, boss babe missions, right? She's taking pretty much the same marketing strategy of making it feel like a challenge and um, making them feel like, oh, you're a boss if you go through all the mission steps. But she just did two things. One, she made it about her, like she made her brand story, so it's a boss babe story. And two, she changed her target market, right? Russell Brand's target market is anyone and everyone who wants to sell. She took it so that it's entrepreneur women who are at the beginning of their business journey, right? So just take what your competition is doing and put it into your own niche, put it into your own brand and your own voice. And that's where your uniqueness comes in, right? Your brand story is where your uniqueness comes in. So, for example, if we go with the glow in the dark, anyone could be selling a glow in the dark costume, right? But if you are someone who's like, you know what, I'm going to be ethical and fair trade and ecological. Ethical, fair trade, ecological is it's promising quite a few things. One, it means that wherever you got the fabric for the glow in the dark, it's from a place where they paid real wages. They didn't just get it, from like a sweatshop or from a place in one of our home countries where they paid like $1 a day to people who worked like 12 hours, right? So that's what it means. And eco-friendly is maybe you have recycled materials. So again, you're selling the same product, but your brand and your story is different because you're not you're not just selling a plastic, was it polymer, whatever material, the plasticky material that's made out of, on Amazon. So that's what makes your thing different. Like I can get all right, my daughter broke my sunglasses, but you can get sunglasses from like Old Navy for $14, right? But I spent quite a bit on the sunglasses that my daughter broke, because they were made out of wood. So again, same solution. It's the exact same solution as the sunglasses on Walmart or on Old Navy could be selling it, but these were made, um, eco-friendly glasses that were handmade by someone in Canada. That matters. That is your brand story. That's what makes your product different. Okay. Um, and then the other way to do competitor research is, again, taking your wallet out and actually going through their journey, which I've done for a lot of sales funnel coaches. So I literally would, pay and go through their courses. I would, see, again, I would look at their Facebook ads, go in behind and see everything that they're doing and understand their customer journey. Now, I just realized I've been saying funnel a lot and I haven't really explained what a funnel is. So I do apologize about that. Okay. So what a funnel is basically a customer journey. In other words, it's from the moment your customer sees your brand, sorry, a user or a consumer sees your brand, whether that's on Instagram, Facebook, word of mouth, whatever it may be, to the point where they buy your brand. So, looking at your Instagram reels or posts, clicking on your Instagram reel or post, actually watching the whole thing, then commenting or liking, following you, looking at any kind of free offer or a coupon code that you're giving away, and then actually buying. So that is a funnel, but in the very basic sense of the way. Okay, so if you do have another question about it, please let me know, and I can definitely answer more questions about it.
So in your introduction, I skipped that part because I wanted to ask. And I said, okay, when you will say this word, so it's written here. My next question is, what is sales funnel? Because for me, it's a new thing. So if I see something and I want to buy, right? So the moment I click that thing, till that thing arrives at me, right? So that is the customer funnel.
Yep, that's the sale funnel. That's the customer journey, right? So, for example, let's take. Okay, let me find a fantastic one. So, give me just a second. I'm gonna find a fantastic example. Would people prefer a product-based example or a service-based example? Either one I can do. Any preference? I can't see if someone's typing in the chat.
Nobody said anything.
Okay.
Service.
Service? Okay. All right. So, sorry.
Meanwhile, let me welcome Mohini Auntie. Mohini Auntie, today's session is quite different. It's a workshop. And welcome and enjoy.
All right. Sorry. Hi, Moini Auntie. Okay, so this is one of the people I absolutely adore. She's actually my sales coach. And so suppose I'm scrolling through my reels and I see one of her reels. So I hope this is not too loud. But which is a great. Okay. So she's going to teach you what you need to have on your Instagram captions. I don't know if anybody can hear that voice. Okay, so basically, there you can see her brand. She's like a fun, outgoing girl, and she's giving away something for free, right? She on her Instagram reel, she's literally telling you how to write a caption. So you're gonna obviously go, oh my god, that's great, I'm gonna like it, right? Now there are two things that can happen. Once you like it, you can either go on her actual page and go, oh, she's giving away a free sales and marketing plan, I'm gonna click on that. And then there's so many options here, but I'm gonna go for the free sales and marketing plan if I can find it. There we go. So she's giving away literally a 60-minute free class, and I can actually drop it because whatever she's giving, it's always going to be awesome. So I can even put it in our, I'll put it in our chat if you guys want to check that out. You're going to click on here. You're going to click, I'm in, sign me up. You're going to give your name, your first name, your email address, pronouns. She creates a very safe space, so you can tell I'm a woman, I'm she, her, and then you say save my seat. Actually, you know what? Let me just do it. And then this is the second part of your this is the sorry 1 2 3 4 it's the third part of your customer journey, right? Where she's gonna give me, it's a thank you email, right? Saying, hey, go. And again, you see the fun kind of thing happening in her thank you page. So then I'm going to go to my Gmail. You're all going to see how many things I bought. Okay. Then you're going to get this email. And this is like the fourth part of the customer journey where you send an email saying, hey, wow, you've saved your spot. You can go ahead and watch here. And then she gives more information at the bottom, right? So this is very important. The more information you give people, don't hoard information, don't gatekeep information. The more information you give people, the more they trust you. So anyways, so I'm going to click here. I'm going to watch her.
Faria,
Yeah,
for
sorry.
most of the cases, when it comes to more, so there is some dollar amount. They ask, okay, now you have to attend a session on this normally.
Yeah. Which they're kind of losing out because giving away free information, we are so uncomfortable doing that because I mean, we have spent hours like for my sales funnel coaching. I have done about 900 hours. I actually calculated. I've done like almost 900 hours of learning and expensive courses that I've paid for and experience and client work. So giving away free information, I'm like, oh, I have to give away free information. Sorry, there's double registration on here. But that made people trust me, and they were like, whatever price you say, we're going to hire you. So it's about building that trust. You don't have to give away your secret formula. I mean, I do. But you can still give away like for example this, right? If I decide, hey, I've got this great webinar that I did for that did for MWC or anyone else, I'm going to give that away for free. So you get, like, if you've ever done something, because this literally is part of her coaching program. Like, she took one of her coaching program and she put it on here. Yeah. Oh, sorry, you can hear her. Okay. So you watch the whole thing, and then after you watched it, the next day, I can't show you that, but the next day, you're gonna get a few emails from her saying, hey, I have this program, like, you got my free thing, I have this program, or I have this $97 course that you can buy. So that's the next customer journey step, right? And then you're going to be like, $97, not that bad. I can at least try and see what she's going to teach you. After that, you're gonna do the $97 course. You're gonna see it makes you a lot of money. It does make you a lot of money. And then after that, you're gonna be like, okay, I want to go on the next step with her, and you're gonna buy her bigger program. So that's those are the steps. And she has like a $10,000 program, and people, like so many people have signed up for it. So and people are making money using her steps, right? So it's yeah so that's what a customer journey looks like. It's not just about them buying once that $97 course. It's about them buying again and again and again, and taking them to the next journey, and taking them even higher price and higher price, um, till you're sitting in Bahamas and just relax, right? So that's one example of a customer journey.
Now I understand.
Okay? Awesome. All right. So yeah. So if you are like, for example, so if you are like a coach, you find a similar coach on Instagram. It's very easy, and go through their journey, like see what they do, and then try and copy, like not copy, but like try and adopt it and adapt it to your own business. um, so it's easier, right? Because they've already, like, she for example has 7,000 something people, and like hundreds of people actually going through her programs. So I know whatever she's doing is right, right? So if I was a sales coach, um, like a copywriting coach, a little bit different than a funnel coach, but like very similar. I can actually follow the steps that she does with Instagram, and then like a free thing, and then a small price thing, and then going to the big thing. It will work, right? So this is a very important step too. Then after all of that, you have your solution. You have to develop an offer. Okay, we're gonna look at it two different ways. So if you're service based, right? First, before anything, you have to decide how much you want to make. So suppose you have a full time job, right? Let's say you're making $3,000 a month. You have a full time job. You want to completely cover that job, right? You want to make sure that you don't have to work anymore. You want to be making $3,000 a month consecutively, without too much problem. Or maybe you want to go 6,000, 10,000 a month, whatever you want to make, right? The bigger the better, because don't be scared. Then you have to reverse engineer the cost and the profit. Okay, so how much is it going to take to make my offer, my service, right? What courses do I have to take? What do I have to learn? Or what have I already learned? Or if it's a product, how much does manufacturing take? How much shipping take? Everything of that. And then, get the profit from that. So if the cost is like $20, and I'm charging $30, sorry, someone saying something? Sorry. Okay. And you're charging $30, you're making your $10 profit, right? So and how sorry, that's wrong. So your cost is, let's say, $10, and you want to make $20 on it, then that means you're going to be charging $30, right? So that's going to be your fee. So first, decide on your fees before even developing your offer. Decide on your fees. So a lot of people go, oh, I have a coaching program, how much should I charge for it? It should be the opposite. I'm offering, like, I want to make $10,000 a month. I want to charge, I want to have 5 customers. I want to charge $1,000 per person. Oh, sorry, 10,000. I want to charge 2,000 per person. That is going to be how much your product or your service is going to be cost, like your fees. And then you need to figure out, okay, how many sales do I need to make, right? Like I just said, I need to make $5,000. I need to make 5 sales at $2,000 to make $10,000, right? Service is much easier than product. You gotta understand that. Like, I can sell, like I just said, 5 people. Like, I would only have to sell to 5 people to make $10,000, versus if I was selling like a $10 jewelry set or a $10 bookmark or anything like that, it would take me a lot more people. So always be, I'm not saying it's not possible. People make millions with product based businesses, right? E-commerce businesses. But just keep that in mind. The number of sales that you're going to have to make is going to be much higher than someone who's selling a service, right? So after I've decided, okay, I need to make 5 sales, it's going to be $2,000 per 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 person. um, Now I'm going to decide what my offer is going to be. So my offer is not just going to be my coaching business, and then I have to think, okay, what will be valuable enough to someone to make that $2,000 purchase, right? So if you're doing a product base, for example, you can make it like a bundle, right? If you're saying, okay, I want to charge someone $50, instead of selling one bookmark for $50, you can be like, okay, there are going to be 3 bookmarks and maybe a pen, or what else is there? Maybe a highlighter and a little trinket, right? Someone's going to pay $50 for all that. It's going to be all handmade, so you can charge that much very easily. And then again with 2000, so with 2000 course, it's going to be the course, it's going to be um, my signature system, it's going to be all the emails that I've ever sent, so you can see my emails and you can copy the emails. And then it's going to be coaching, so I'm actually going to go through every single thing that you do, and I'm literally actually telling you my coaching program because it's something that I can very easily break down for you. And it's going to be all the videos. So for my fitness instructor, it was like she actually is selling it for $2,000, and it's her course, it's all the meals, right? And it's 3 months. She goes through and gives you all the videos of all the exercises. She creates a personalized plan for you, and she audits you. She goes through every single step with you. So it's no longer just a course, right? It's a whole bundle of offer, and it's going to become worth $2,000. So don't think, okay, I'm just selling a bookmark and you need to sell it for $10. No one's going to buy it more than that. Um, Go the opposite way. Say, okay, I want to sell something for $50. What can I include that's going to make it the value of $50? So that's kind of like, changing your perception a little bit. And actually, if anyone wants to go through that today, we can definitely do that. We can think about some ideas and what offer bundles would look great with it. The next is
sorry, Faria, there is a comment. Sometimes sliding scale good.
Sorry?
So it's written, Arshi wrote it here in the chat, that sometimes sliding scale good.
Yes.
So I don't know what does sliding scale mean.
So actually, that's a fantastic point. So what, okay, so I'm going to show both ways, right? For example, for a coaching business, you could have the basic program, and then you could have a VIP program, right? So the basic program can be like $1,200, and then the VIP program can be $2,000, where you're giving extra stuff. For the bookmark, for example, it can be like, okay, there you can buy 3 bookmarks for $45, or you can get a whole bundle for $50. So I mean, 45 is a little expensive, but like 3 bookmarks for $30 or $35, and then a whole bundle for $50. So yeah, that's definitely true. It's a fantastic idea, because that helps people, go, okay, maybe I just want to try a little bit first, and then I'll see what the next, if I want to buy again, if I want to buy the bigger thing, anything like that. Exact same thing that she gave completely 2 different ways. Katie Prince that we just talked about, where it's like a small thing, it's $97, and then eventually she's going to offer you the big 2,000 thing, which you're going to say yes or no to, and then she's going to give you the 10,000 thing, which you're going to say yes to or no to, right? So those are 2 different examples. One can be just like 2 different bundles that you can offer people the same thing, or it can be like, okay, this is a small offer, this is a bigger offer, this is the biggest offer. A lot of social media managers do that too, where it's like you can have three different types of bundles, where it's like, okay, so the first bundle is five, I'll do 5 posts for you. The second bundle is I'll do 10 posts for you. And the third bundle is like, I'll do 50 posts for you, right? So it gives everyone an opportunity to buy at their own budget limit, right? So yeah, fantastic idea. Thanks, Hershey. All right. So, creating a business plan. Now, a lot of people are very scared of this, but it's very, very simple. I know they're very extensive, but I'll be honest, you've done all the work. Like, if you've done step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you basically done your business plan, right? So you don't, it's not like you have to do something new now. So the first things first, you're going to decide on a business model. That's basically how you're going to deliver your offer, right? uh, if you are if you're like a book, like if you're selling books, you don't necessarily need to have a bookstore or even an online bookstore. You can have subscription boxes, right? Now, it's the same thing with any service. You could offer like a one-time service, or you could say, hey, it's a 3 month ongoing service. Or same with coaching, right? It could be like, okay, so this is just one coach, like um, 1 month or 40 days coaching service that I'm offering you. Or it could be something that's like a membership where you're doing it for 4 or 5 months or yearly or whatever it may be, whatever you decide on. And of course, the pricing is going to be different on every one of them. On that note, I will say, like, a pro tip: a membership business model is the most cost beneficial. Like, it is the best model, because no matter what, you will know that there's money coming in next month, right? So having a subscription model, having a membership model is one of the best ways to ensure wealth and to ensure that you are getting consistent, like, amount of money, so without having to sell every month. Because if you are like, if you're not doing a membership model, if you're trying to sell something, and I know not everything's going to fit this, like if you're a realtor or if you're a mortgage broker, you can't have a membership model. But if you are doing something like a subscription book box, and that's what you're just selling, um, it's going to be like, okay, so you're going to know, without selling every single month, you're going to have people that have already signed up and are already going to pay for your product, for your service, right? So that's very important. And it offers a lot of security, right? So if your product or your service can be membership based, I would highly, highly, highly recommend it. Okay. Decide on your brand and mission statement. Again, you've kind of done the work. You have your brand and your mission statement is just you. It's you, it's your values, it's what you dream of, right? It's your mission. So it's you are the brand story, you are the brand statement. Okay. Then you decide on a budget. It's Everyone has a different threshold, everyone has a different risk capability. Like, not everyone can just invest $10,000 or $50,000 into a business and run with it. I love investing $0 till I can make money, and that's what I try to teach my clients, and that's what I try to tell everybody. Like, find the $0 way to do it, so that you can make enough money to buy the expensive thing, right? Buy the top of the line. So make profit and then invest. That's not always possible. I'll tell you right away. Sometimes it takes a bit of investment. It took me a bit of investment. But again, if you can bootstrap it, if you can make it the lowest cost possible, while you're testing, it's the best for you, because then you can test, you can make your mistakes without the fear of losing everything. So that's something to keep in mind. And when you're creating a business plan, just find a template online. Like if I Google right now, there'll be like 50 different samples of business plans. So you don't have to worry too much about uh, you know finding a business plan from scratch, because you can just find it. Okay. All right. So this is super 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 important. You have to sell before you're ready. Okay. Your offer or your timing will never ever be perfect. It just won't. Because um, you're gonna be starting from scratch, right? No one comes out the gate being like Leonardo da Vinci, right? No one's gonna come out the gate being Michelangelo. Everyone's gonna start somewhere, right? You have to start from some kind of scratch, sketchy idea. You can't jump the gun and be like the image of perfection right away, because you are doing something that's different, that's new, right? So new to you, right? So don't expect that the timing will ever be perfect or your offer will ever be perfect, because that's just going to create procrastination. That's all that's going to happen. And you're going to keep delaying your dream, you're going to keep delaying your dream, you're going to keep delaying your dream. Another important thing is that you need to sell your idea. You need to sell it even at its most basic, to test it, and so you can improve it. I had one time someone who was selling like Instagram caption posts, like just the captions with like fill in the blank kind of post. It was like $20, and it was literally a notepad file. It was nothing fancy. It wasn't like she was giving me a video or anything. It was literally just this little text edit notepad. That's all it was, but it was effective and it helped solve people's problems. That's all that mattered, right? um, then she took it to the next sorry excuse me. Then she took it to the next level and created like a community program where she did a bit of coaching on Instagram. Then she learned from that and she took it to the next level and started a whole membership where she has hundreds of people signed up for her membership to learn Instagram from her. But she started from a notepad, and it took her like I think the span of like a year and a half to get to this level. So you have to start somewhere. So start from a notepad. Doesn't not matter. You don't have to have the latest technology. You don't have to have the latest tools. You don't have to have a super fancy box. Actually, sorry, 1 second. I'll even show you. One of my clients has this fantastic thing. I have a client who's in the jewelry business, and she didn't have fancy packing, and she basically just had in a burlap sack. That's it. It's a very simple burlap sack. You can get it from like dollar store, and that's it. That's all it was. And then she wrapped it in a simple tissue paper. It's pretty. And then she had like her on a very plain, um, like little piece of cardboard. And that's it. That's all she had with her card. That's it. And now, mashallah, she is selling like whole boxes. I don't have one of those examples, but she's selling a whole box that she's kind of collaborated with a local artist on. And it's a beautiful, beautiful box that looks kind of like, our mitai kadaba with a little sweet. Yeah, it looks like that. So, and when you open it, there's like a whole experience to it, right? But she started from like a simple tissue paper packaging, and a simple manufacturer. So again, you don't have to be like, and those are two examples for a service and a product. It doesn't have to be like the most fancy thing out there for you to sell it. It doesn't have to have all the bells and the whistles, right? Because again, like we said, you can't test it, so you can't. If you're service based, you can't build on your expertise and your experience, right? If I never ever sold my first social media package, I would never know. Okay, this is what was wrong with it. This is how I'm going to improve on it, right? Um, it wasn't 100%. I did make mistakes. This was like a year and a half ago now. I did make mistakes because I didn't understand everything that needed to be done, and but I didn't sell it at a high price, right? Like I didn't charge $1,000 for my expertise because I wasn't at that level yet. Now I can charge that, right? Because I learned from my experiences and I learned from different courses and coaches, and now I have better knowledge, and I have gotten better results for my clients. So that's the difference. And if I wasn't selling the way that I just sold stuff, I couldn't test my market strategies. Hey, does the reel that I do on Instagram actually work in selling? Or is it better for me to start talking to people on Facebook groups? So again, if I wasn't trying to sell, I wouldn't know which one has a higher conversion rate. Now, conversion rate is going back to that customer journey. It basically means from talking to me, from looking at my thing to buying. So that rate of, let's say, 100 people looking at my content, looking at my Instagram post, and 20 people buying, that's like, it's a really high conversion rate. Usually it's 2 or 3%, but that's a 20% conversion rate. Okay. So if you ever hear what's your conversion rate, that's what it means. It means from people looking at your content, looking at your ad, looking at your Facebook group post, whatever it may be, to actually buying. That percentage is your conversion rate. Okay. And when you're selling at the beginning, keep your cost of acquisition low. Cost of acquisition is the amount of money it takes for you to make a sale. Okay, that's all it is. It just means, like for example, um, like if you're paying for an ad, you don't want to be paying like $100 just to make $200. That's a really, really high cost. So you're not making enough profit. So actually, I would suggest not to even start doing ads till you have a good amount of base, and a good understanding of what marketing works for you. Okay, so don't do ads till you know what kind of content works, till you know what kind of Instagram posts, Facebook posts, TikTok posts work, or YouTube. Um, After that, you can start doing ads. And even for ads, actually, you know what? I'll show you. I'll show you a trick. Oops. That I use to understand. So once you've identified your, can everyone see my Google Chrome? Yeah. Okay. Once you've identified who your competitor is, so you're gonna search up Facebook ad library. And you can choose an ad category. So let's say I'm a realtor, and I'm looking for realtors in Mississauga or Milton. Load. Oh, I think it's because I'm not on my business profile. Is that what it is? Sorry, I think I need to go to my business profiles. Business. Maybe it's the browser. Sorry, I have a lot of blockers on that browser, so sometimes Facebook doesn't like that. Try another one.
Meanwhile, I will read in chat box. Tahiya shared that that's how my kids started, and gradually they improved and brand their products.
That's fantastic. That's how everybody starts, like, right? You need to start from somewhere. What's
But
his
Faria,
name?
I have seen many people, they invest heavily on advertisement before they're earning something, and then they said that, okay, now this is the mistake that
Yeah.
they did it in the beginning. Very heavy investment on advertisement.
Sorry, I hope this works. Because I mean, you can heavily invest on advertising, but just like a little later, because you have to first test what works and what doesn't work, right? Like if you're not gonna test what works and doesn't work, then you won't know what's gonna be the most effective ad
Mm-hmm.
strategy, right? Then you actually, you know what? I don't think this is gonna work either because I have locked a lot. Okay, maybe it's working. So you can look at through advertisers. Realtor. You can look. Okay, so let's see Mississauga Realtor, for example. Oh, she doesn't have it. Fantastic. Actually, I do know someone who has it. So if I go, and you can do this on someone, any of your sorry, I kept saying Russell Brand, didn't I? I meant Russell Brunson. So you can go to any of your competitors' page, and you can look at their. That's on his page, is it? Sorry, this is personal pages. Oh, this is okay, then you go to page transparency and actually look at, oh, it's because it changed. Okay, I'll send everybody like a way to do it. Facebook changed recently because of the whole change in Apple marketing. So now their page is very different. But if I can remember, I haven't done this in a while. I should be able to. Try this way. Okay, choose all ads. Russell Brunson. There we go. Okay. So there we go. So you go to Facebook ads and you can find him. And sorry, someone's arguing. You can find all the ads that they did. So if I was a coach and I was doing sales funnels, I would actually look and see, okay, so this person is doing this ad. They started running it on July 30th, so that's today. And so I wouldn't go for this one because they just started it, but I would maybe look at something that's a little bit later. Though knowing him, he probably just updated them on July 30th. He has so many ads. But you can go through their ads and see, okay, this thing worked. This type of image where the guy's holding a book in front, it worked. Or this type of where he's showing like he did an interview, it worked. This copy basically means words. This wording, it worked. Like, so you go to the high level competitors, you look at what they're saying, and you can actually click on even more details and see, okay, so this has multiple versions. That means they're using the same ad with different maybe pictures, maybe copy, and you can take a look. Hey, this is sponsored, and this is this ID. You can figure out a lot of information just by going through. And there can be subtle differences. No, there's no difference. He just used the same thing. But you can go through. So if any of you wants to do like take a look at any of the ads, you can just go to Facebook ad, and actually you can even see where he's advertising it. So he's advertising it on Facebook, on Instagram, on Audience Network, and in Messenger. So you can see every single place that they are advertising it. There used to be even more information, but they have had to cut it down. But you could actually see how many people have like looked at it or clicked on it, or like what kind of people are looking and clicking on it. So there used to be more information, but because of all the privacy laws, you can't see as much information anymore. But you can still see quite a bit of information, right? You can still tell, okay, this is what they're doing, this is where they're running it. And knowing him, I already know that he has like millions of dollars of marketing team. So I already know whatever he's marketing, it's going to be something that's like really, really, really good quality. Okay. So that is one thing that you can do. And you can take a look at everything. I want to see if there's anything else. 550 ads. It used to give so much more information. Unfortunately, it doesn't give any more information. But what I would do after this is, okay, I see their advertisement, and I would actually click on it. So I don't want to do that one. This one is, so you can even see how many ads he's using the exact same thing. So actually, if I filter it, let's see. You can go impressions by date. Oh yeah, that's what they took out. That sucks. So you want to look at all the active ads. Maybe you just want to do pictures, or you just want to do on Facebook. You want to do a special language. You can look at all that. And okay, so where's the book one? The book one's really good. That's what I want to show. Anyways, okay, so you see that 29 ads. So he has 29 of these ads with different IDs using the exact same words and pretty much using the exact same pictures. Like he has exact same thing in 29 different ways. Now, what are the 29 different ways? We can't tell because we're not on his side of the thing, but I can pretty much guess that the 29 different the 29 different ads that he has created has 29 different target markets. Okay, so when you're creating an ad, you have to define your target market. Not only do you have to define your target, who you want to be included, you also, it's a good idea to define who you don't want to be included, right? So for example, Um, if we're going for the Halloween glow in the dark costume, okay, I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna do one for e-commerce. I'm gonna do one for service. But if you're going back to the Halloween glow in the dark costume, maybe you're doing the costume themes to be Disney princesses, right? Uh, and it's for adults. So then you want to your ad to be targeted to, or maybe it's for children. So let's do it for like you're doing it for like 5 or 6 year old glow in the dark Disney princess themes. You want your target market to include women who are moms or dads, um, and you don't want it to include like university students. I mean, university students can be moms and dads too, but generally, on the average, you don't want to include university students. You don't want it to include maybe seniors who are not grandparents. Maybe you do want to include grandparents who want to buy it for their, uh, grandchild. So thinking about who you want to include and who you don't want to include, again, going back to our target market discussion and our niche discussion, you're going to apply the same concepts to your Facebook ads. Okay, whenever you're ready to go for your Facebook ad. I'm pretty much sure that that's why he has 29 different versions, because he has 29 different niches. Again, he has like thousands of people signing up for his thing. Okay, so once you've identified that, you've looked, okay, this is the best one, then you're actually going to click on it. Okay, so this is again part of your customer research, your competitor research that you can do. You're going to click on it. You're going to actually find out where that link takes you, right? Because you want to understand what they're doing. Oh, I hope it takes me to the right place. Yes, hold on. And then you're going to see his sales page, right? He's only doing it for $100. He actually doesn't take that $100. He gives it to affiliates, but that's side note. Which is, another thing that you can consider, partnerships and affiliates. But anyway, so you can see, all right, so he's done 29 ads for this one page. How do I pause it? Okay. For this one page, which means he really, really wants to direct traffic, because this is a big earner for him. Like, this makes a lot of money for him, right? So in this way, you can see, okay, what is this big earner, right? It's basically a 30-day challenge. So you can think about, if you're doing a service-based, maybe a 30-day challenge of a service, or again, it's like mostly coaching because I'm looking at coach here. But if it was like doTERRA, you'd look at doTERRA. If it was fitness, you'd look at fitness. If it was glow in the dark Halloween costume, you'd look at there. So like you have to go into your own competitor, right? So if I'm looking at it, I'm looking, okay, so this kind of wording, how would you like us to hold you by the hand as you launch your first or next funnel? That works for people. It captures their attention really well. Then there's a video. So I want to have a video. I'm literally going through a sales page right now because I can't stop myself. So stop me if I go too far. And just take a look at what's working, like, okay, join now, this big and, red words. Again, a picture of him looking like a superhero, because it's all about like 007 mission control. Money, because it's gonna make people think about money and profit. And then testimony. I mean, you can see a great example of building an offer here, because he's saying that he's giving you 30 days of video, 30 days of coaching, a workbook, a Facebook group, a private training. And then he's giving you bonuses, an ebook, interviews, behind the scenes of funnels. And he's valued them up really high. And then he said, oh, the total value of this is $3,000, but I'm going to give it to you for $100. Right? So that's basically like off the fancy jargon for it. It's called offer stacking. It's like stacking, you know, the things that I'm going to give you. So yeah, this is a great example of how you build an offer. So he'd already decided that, oh yeah, it's going to be $100, whatever I'm going to sell it, and these are all the things I'm going to give it, which actually the value is really high for it, but I'm going to tell them I'm going to give it to them for $100. Okay. And then I want to see one thing, if he says it or not. No, he doesn't. Okay. Some places it would also say like limited time offer or whatever. This one isn't a limited time offer. You can take it anytime you want. So that's why he doesn't say it. But that's another thing that people really love, saying something's limited, you know, special. But yeah, so now I'm digressing because I can go on forever. But that's how you look at a competitor's journey, competitors, you know, what they're doing. This is another way that you can keep your cost of acquisition low, right? You've already seen, okay, so this person's only done 3 ads on this, but 29 ads on this. So clearly the 3 ads, I don't want to do that because that's going to cost me more to get people, versus the 29 ads that's clearly working for them. So that's what I'm going to use. Okay. All right. So for examples, I've kind of been doing it throughout, but if you want me to go through one more, I definitely can. That's not a problem at all. Did anyone want me to go through a specific example? We can go from the beginning. Yep.
So Faria, there is a question that is there any free tool to take care of all social media platform?
A free tool?
Yeah.
All social media platform, that's, I mean, there are free tools. Okay, before I even suggest, what exactly do you mean by take care of? Like, what do you want to take care of?
So Gulnaz?
I mean, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you want to operate everything at one time. I mean, you have to advertise on one and it can goes to everywhere. So you don't need to, post on everywhere. I heard there's tool, but that is, a bit expensive.
Which tool have you heard of?
I forgot the name.
Okay.
But I will let you know.
Okay.
I have wrote somewhere, but we did a business marketing. Uzma, we did in the 5 rules one.
Sorry, I wasn't there.
Okay, I heard in that, but that was not free. So I was wondering if there is any free tool available.
So there are going to be free or trial versions of a lot of them, but because, okay, so one free tool right away I can tell you is the Facebook Creator Studio. It will take care of Facebook and Instagram, okay? And it's not a third-party platform. It is Facebook's own platform.
Yeah, I know that. Because these are convertible. No, if there is any with tutor and 3-4, if I want to do that.
So free is kind of hard because you can have free versions of it, but it doesn't give you a lot. So there's Hootsuite, which is $49 a month, and then it's a 30-day trial. There is HubSpot, which is fairly free. What is it? Social media. Because HubSpot has a lot of softwares. Again, it's pretty much the same for a month. There is Later. Later doesn't have everything though. Later. Later, you can do $0, and it will give you Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok. But then it has like you can't use like you don't have a lot of posts. Like you can only do 30 posts per social profile per I think month. And you can only have one user. So if you are giving it away to like say a virtual assistant or someone, you can't create their own account. You would have to give your password. So that's not that big of a problem. But later is good. It's not bad. But it doesn't give as much information like analytics, for example. Like you can see, it's like your Instagram analytics are light. It depends on your needs, right? I think later is a great option. It is just for just for starting out, right? It's free. And once you've solidified your content plan, your marketing plan, you can then if you want to go for the $15 per month, which isn't that bad, or the $25 per month, it's still cheaper than the other ones. But just keeping in mind it's not as powerful, so thinking about what your needs are. But that's fine.
Faria, I have a question.
Yeah.
So how do you tie in the Google advertisement section to your social media platform? Is there a link? So let's say you do the Google advertisement, right?
Yep.
Then you want to tie it into the social media. How do you do that?
So sorry, maybe I'm not understanding. How did you mean like tie in? Like, do you mean copy all the information?
Or link both of them together, link the Google and the social media together in one like search engine kind of thing. So when they search for your business, they can see it on Google plus the other platforms.
Okay, so you mean how to build your Google Plus profile to have your Facebook account and your Instagram account and everything. Okay.
Yes,
So,
for the marketing purpose. Is there a thing for Google app marketing that we can use that's free?
so if we go into Google account, like your profile, sorry, this is not the right one. Too many browsers. If you go into your Google, so you mean Google Business, yeah?
Yeah.
So Google My Business. When you do your business profile, now the Google business profile works better for for actual, how do I say it? Location businesses. Like for example, it works better for someone who has a bakery, a restaurant, or something of that sort. It's not as nice. It doesn't work as well. I've taken so many Google courses, and the ads are like you can do ads, but the profile in itself, the free Google My Business profile, is better for people who are location based, like actual physical location, right? Because they require somewhere on your profile to give your address. So, but you can go into your you can go into your sorry. Okay. You can go into your profile. So you complete your profile, you can add contact information and
then connect it to the social media right after, like from Google.
It won't be connected in the sense, like you can see it's connected to my website. It won't be connected in the sense that if you post on Google, it'll post automatically on Facebook, on Instagram. It doesn't. It's different platforms. Yeah, no, it won't. But also because it's different content, right? A Google post is more text based. I mean, you can have pictures, but it's mostly text based. and it's like you're just showcasing your product so that when people search your name, it shows up. But it's very different than Instagram and Facebook. It doesn't translate the same way. That's why you can't do them together. But you could have, you know, a link to your Instagram page somewhere on your Google profile, right? You can put your Google business profile on your Instagram link in bio, but it doesn't, from my understanding, not yet. They don't they don't interface with each other. Not yet. Maybe sometime in the future. Okay.
I came up with a really good iced coffee recipe, okay, from home. So maybe like next summer, I was going to do something where like I buy like a whole stock of mason jars, just start producing the product, and people will come. They'll have like they'll buy it for $1 or $1.50. Drink it, leave the mason jar with me because I need to recycle it, and then come back again like the next week or just to have another cup or that's what I want to try different flavors and have it like at home business where they just come. I'll set it up on the porch. They just drink it and then just leave and like give me a tip and pay me. That's it. That I was thinking of doing that for the next summer.
Oh, nice. So yeah, so we look into, like you can look into how many people buy iced coffee, because iced coffee in the summer, it's obviously, you're solving a problem, right? You're solving a problem, you're hot and you drink it.
Yeah.
But the chances,
I was thinking of doing it like the lemonade stand way, but then I was like, I don't know, would that work? Like, but that's okay.
yeah, you could do it that way. I mean, there's lemonade stands all the time and they make a profit.
Yeah.
You would have to look into like what do you call it, any kind of licenses for selling on, wherever
From
you
home,
are.
right?
Yeah, especially because it's food, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have to think about that. And some of them don't allow like the house kitchen. So thinking about that too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the rules are for food, but I know um, when my sister-in-law did it in the UK, she was doing a home-based cake business. She had to get everything like an actual inspector from the UK food industry or whatever their FDA is called, came in and actually checked all, um, like the oven is the right type of oven, the kitchen has enough space, all the fire exits are there, like everything. So you have to think about all that.
Yeah,
Um,
I would think of using Facebook Marketplace, and they have Facebook neighborhoods now, right? So I was thinking maybe marketing in those groups, and then just start getting people from the neighborhood to start coming and sampling it. If they like it, then I can expand more. Like I thought, yeah. I was
Sure.
looking at the cost margin thing. I have all the equipment at home: blenders,
Yeah.
sugar, milk, everything. So
That's
maybe
fantastic. Yeah, because
small entrepreneurship at
a
home
lot of
business.
people even sell like mango crates. They just like put it on Facebook groups or like Facebook Marketplace, and they're like, "Oh yeah, hey, they're mangoes. Come to our house, and we'll give you a crate for XYZ amount of money." So you can definitely like take that business model and adapt it, and just be like, "Yeah, I'm selling um, iced coffee." You just have to think about. Um, why would I buy your iced coffee versus Tim Hortons iced coffee? What's your bad story? What not that your iced coffee itself has to be unique, but whatever message that you're giving me, that has to be unique. Like, are you giving it with some kind of experience, like you've created a patio in the backyard, or you have, it's like I don't know, you're making them look really beautiful, or you have them like Harry Potter themed or Marvel themed. You know what I mean? Like, why are you selling? Sorry.
Decorate mason jars to drink it in, and the different colors and stuff, right? Like different colors of jars.
Exactly. Yeah.
Stuff.
Because like if it like if it's Instagrammable, like people are gonna come, right? So even though your product in itself is not different, the experience can be, right? So that's important. So yeah, so you would look at how many people buy iced coffee from Starbucks, how many people like what your target market is. Maybe you don't want to do like, business people, they're not going to come out of their way, they don't have time, like business or professional people. Maybe you just want to do like kids, or maybe it's like decaffeinated iced coffee with like fun Disney. I mean, I'm just spitballing, right? Like, because you're gonna have to stop me. But whatever you're selling just needs to have a brand message that will make people stop going to Tim Hortons, or maybe it's a target market that's not being addressed. Like Starbucks doesn't care about 10-year-old girls, right? If you're making iced coffee for 10-year-old girls, they feel heard. They feel like, okay, this is where I want to be at. And everyone has phones, so if it's Instagrammable, even 10-year-old girls are going to Instagram it, or TikTok it, whatever it may be. So yeah, thinking about your unique brand message is very important. Even if you're selling the exact same thing, why would someone stop going to Tim Hortons or stop going to Starbucks, or even McDonald's and all the other places have them now too, and go to you, right? What unique experience are you creating?
I think Gulnaz want to say something as well.
Yeah.
Question. If we want to list on Google, on the Google business, if we have an online business, because they want the physical address, they need. So is there any way so we can do the business, I mean, this listing on Google without any physical address?
I mean, you can do it. You can put some other physical address. I have my own house address, because that's the thing about Google My Business. I'm hoping they make it more friendly for like service-based people, but
Yeah.
it's right now it's focused on location, like regionalization, because regionalization is just in general the target trends are focused on regionalization. So like local, it's like where the trend is going. That's why that's what Google is focusing on. Even like TikTok and Instagram, like they're going to show more, like if you're Canadian, they're going to show you more of Canadian content. So you can put your local area address if you don't want to put your specific address.
Actually, sorry to interrupt. Actually, problem is that you don't have the services don't for a specific region. I mean, it's for Toronto, Mississauga, I mean everywhere. So if I will give the address, it will be localized in that area. So that was the main problem, that how I can, I mean.
But is that a bad thing?
Yeah.
It is? Because I don't think that's a bad thing. I'll explain why. So let's say you cast a huge net, right? Like let's say you're going fishing, and you put out this huge net, right, to catch as many fish as possible.
Yep.
And you only want to get salmon, top of the line fish, right? But when you cast this huge net everywhere, you're gonna get eels, you're gonna get boots, and you're gonna get some salmon. But if you cast a small net in a very localized area versus the big net that got hundreds of fish but 2 salmon, you can get 10 salmon. Which is better, right? So yeah, localized, I mean, it can hurt you in the sense that it doesn't open up to as many people, but in the same idea, your conversion rate, the rate on the rate from people looking at your content versus buying it is going to be higher. So it depends on what you're looking for. Like, do you want more people to look at whatever your business, or do you want more people to buy your business? So
Actually, can we create more than one listing?
yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
with a different, I mean, with the same product and with the same name
Yeah,
to
you
the
just have to
Mississauga
have
region,
different.
and it's allowed. They allow
Yep, yep,
to
yep.
do that.
Yep, you just have to use, I believe, different email addresses. And then I'm pretty sure you can do it. Yeah. But
Okay.
you can, yeah, you can. I don't think you can use the same email address. I've only done really one, to be very honest. I haven't done more than one. What kind of business are you thinking?
Actually, actually, my husband's friend, he's doing the black limo business, so he wants that black limo, the transportation.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but
here's another thing you can do. Sorry, I'll just
yeah,
show really quickly.
he is doing for Toronto, Mississauga, for whole, I mean, a vast area for the Niagara Fall, Buffalo.
Yeah. So in your info, you can actually choose your service areas. So here you can have more than one service area. So if I want to say Toronto, I can add Toronto. If I want to say Brampton, I can add Brampton. If I want to say Milton. So so you can have more than one service area.
Okay, so address, I can give one address,
yeah,
but I can select the more service area. Okay,
yeah,
that's great.
Awesome. Any other questions? Anyone want to talk about their business idea? Because like I said, the more you talk, the more you can validate it.
Faria, for me, this is totally a new world.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm just taking notes.
It's a new world for me too, because I see every day on Instagram, everybody's popping up with some kind of home DIY or some kind of business do-it-yourself thing, or cookies and cakes and creams and sweets and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of want to do, because I perfected my iced coffee to like where everybody, like I had tested out, people like it, right? And I want to see how it goes. And yeah.
That's awesome. You're right, because like millions have people, like now that companies are saying, hey, let's go back into the office, because I don't know why companies want this, really, they're saving money, but anyways, some companies are saying, come back to the office. People are quitting. People are like, nope, we're done. We're gonna start our own business, whatever it may take, but we're not going into work anymore. That life has left most of us. Same with me. Like I have my whole work station like right here. Like it's a whole. Oops, sorry. Like a whole workstation.
You're into anime, right? Because my daughter, oh my god, she has so many of those things on her wall. My daughter likes Sailor Moon.
Oh, Sailor Moon is good. Yeah, I that's my brand. That's my brand. So my business brand is like heroes and superheroes. So you'll see, all like Storm, X-Men, Marvel, DC, and then I have one that's just my daughter's favorite book. So I like to keep that for myself. But like that's my brand. So whenever I do Instagram videos, so you can actually, let me share.
My daughter likes Justice League too.
Justice League is good. How old is your daughter?
12. She likes the new Sailor Moon, not the old one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I like the old one. But yeah, so if you go on my Mobs of Solutions, my Instagram, you'll see the videos that I have are all with this wall, because that's my brand, right? So and that's my brand story, not most people don't have that. Most people don't use comic books and comic book imagery to talk about sales funnels and sales coaching. So, you know, that's what's unique about me. Even though I'm teaching the same information, I have different experience. Sorry?
Business are you doing from home?
So my business part, yes. So like I'm working from home, right? So since I've been working from home, I started my business in digital marketing and online sales. So yeah, I'm doing it just from home because I'm just basically doing people's sales funnels. Like I'm doing people's sales pages, their
So
online
you're
content.
using
Fi-
using
Faria,
Salesforce, I guess.
Sorry, I heard two people speaking. I couldn't understand what was said.
Are you using Salesforce?
No, I'm not using Salesforce. No. Salesforce is fantastic. I'm just not going to using it because I use whatever my client uses. I use whatever my client uses.
Okay.
So they don't have to change any of their systems. I just adapt the system to different tools because tools are just whatever you do with them, right? They're not the soft. Like I said, you can go for the highest software, you can go for the cheapest software. The software, they're very similar. They have different features, but the ideas are very similar. It just depends on how you use them.
Faria, I have made my portfolio website, and I made the Facebook page for the digital marketing and things like that. But I'm so confused where to start and how to start.
So what are you selling?
Actually, I a lot of things. So that's why I think I am confused. The graphic designing, the WordPress, SEO, digital marketing, social media marketing. So these are interconnected. I know these are interconnected, but that's why I'm confused. The jack of all trades.
Yeah. So I would actually decide on one of those different things and try and sell that first. Oh, yes, you can. Usmati, would you like me to just email you the slides so you can email everybody out? Would that be easier? Okay.
Yeah, Tahaya missed, Gurjeet
Yeah.
missed, so they are asking.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you so much.
No worries. So because graphic designing and WordPress and digital marketing, you can offer them all, but I would focus on solving one problem because you're offering many different problems, right?
Yeah.
And when you're offering too many problems, the possible customer gets confused because then you're like, oh yeah, okay, I can do this for you, I can do this for you, I can do this for you, I can do this for you. And they're not sure which problem they need to solve first. So you as the graphic designer, WordPress, digital marketing, decide on which one you want to solve first for them. And the next one will come after that. For example, if you're doing someone who is just starting out and they don't even have a website, you can start with a digital marketing like Facebook post for them, right? Because they can start doing Facebook posts right away without even having a website. If you've seen someone who already does Facebook post and they already have some kind of presence on social media, you can be like, okay, so now your next step is websites. So I'm gonna show you my website portfolio, and this is the website that so these are the website needs that you have, right? So try and think about solving one problem instead of all of them, because if you're solving too many problems, they're not going to know which problem that they need to get solved first, right? They're just going to be confused, and a confused person is never going to buy, right?
Yeah, actually, I have started from social media marketing. It helps me to make the cover page and to make the profiles. I'm using the graphic designing. So I have started something. So let's see.
Yeah. So you can make it a bundle. Like for example, for my for the Facebook post that I used to do, I used to also create a graphic designing a graphic design like theme for them, so their posts look coherent versus just random posts with different imagery and
Yeah.
different colors and everything of that sort. So you can definitely do it that way. um, but you would not be telling them that you're doing graphic designing, right? You're only telling
No,
them, hey, I'm doing
social media marketing.
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, so when you concentrate on that, um, and then create a bundle around that, around solving that problem, then it can be more effective to sell,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, nice. Were there any other questions?
Faria, it was really, really informative, inst- interesting, because for me, it's totally a new thing. And my kids, they always talk about these things. Whenever I want to include this in, no, Mama, you won't be able to understand, but now I can understand a bit. It's really good. And I'm really glad that my team is there and they're learning and they want to know more. They are sending me some messages here. That's why I was checking my phone as well.
Hello, Faria.
Hey, I'm
How are
sorry.
you?
No, there's an entrepreneur you can follow.
Yeah. Oh, you know when you're talking about some of the topics, I have a comment to add on. See, I actually started from actually reviewing restaurant, food from like different fast food restaurants by taking pictures first. Then I started with videos. Recently, in this week, twice I was featured on Chat in Canada and on Taza Express today. And now they started
Nice.
noticing me through my videos. And also, like if you're talking about marketing strategy, I actually have my own fanny pack now because Hania travels, so it goes
Nice.
aligned with it. So I just thought I'd share.
And look at that, she started.
Yeah, I
That's
actually
awesome.
started out
That's
taking
awesome.
pictures. So it's like I can relate to you how social media is. But one thing I find social media marketing, that's just one component. You need another component for your promotional material. It blends together.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks
You
for
can do,
sharing.
yeah, you can do marketing. Yeah, definitely. Like, cause you're an influencer. For me, your entrepreneurial journey is influencer, less than service and product based. I see you as an influencer, right? You're influencing
you.
people's opinions on what tastes good and where to go. So if you want to go Hania's route, you have a step by step insight into everything because she posts everything. So right there, if you're looking at that,
And that gets people to engage too. Like I actually started out with just social media, but then I figured out I need something more in there, and that's what's getting me now. Like first I used to just, restaurants, they were like just like I just check them. Now fast food restaurants, they want to come to me and they're like, no, we want to feature you. So that's how it's been going. If you're talking about it. But I didn't know I was an influencer until now. So thank you.
Hania, are you on TikTok?
Yes, I'm on TikTok.
Okay, do you do those reviews on TikTok?
I do, but I'm still learning the TikTok a little bit right now. It's kind of a new thing. Like I do it on Instagram mostly, so I'm kind of trying to put my content on TikTok as well. But I
No, I
started.
think you should ask the restaurant to give you like time and go book and shoot a video there and just eat the food and just be like, and then you get more followers and then you'll influence them to go eat there. Because that's what I like. Honestly, that's what happens. That's what happens to me because I see people going eating at the restaurant. I'm like, okay, I want to go eat now there too because he or she is eating there and the food looks so good. I'm gonna go try it, right?
I still have to put my video from today on my TikTok as well, the one I made it in the Taza Express. But
Where did you go today? Where did you go today?
Taza Express, they're like a new restaurant. There's also Taza Taste. There's a few new ones like this. So they all serve shawarma, rolls.
Where is it? Where is it in Mississauga?
The one that's where I live is near Peter Robertson. So that's where I went today.
Okay.
So they like my review. They're like, we want to feature you. So that's
called Gaza.
Okay then. Bye everyone.
Taza Express.
Gaza Express. Okay.
Yeah, it's Taza Express.
Soon she'll be having branding deals and everybody will like pay her to advertise. And that's how you start, right? You start from like zero and then mashallah.
Yeah, because every time I see a person eat food on social media, that gets me going. I'm like, okay, I want to go try this now. I have to go get that. You know, that's that's the eye-catching thing. As soon as I see somebody take a bite or something, I'm like, okay, I want to go try this. You know, yeah.
So any last comment, last question? Anybody wants to say anything about today's session? Yes, it was amazing. People who left there in chat, you can see Faria. They really like today's session, and especially for people like me, it's a new learning, and definitely I will connect with you to learn more and more, because I only know funnel cake, right? I am such a big fan of funnel cake, and I say, okay.
Next time, Uzma, you can teach us how to do the home entrepreneurial, just the basic home business. That'd be a very good thing for us because, you know, we have other jobs, but we want to make income on the side, right? That's another good thing to do.
Please send me topics which you want to learn, and we will bring it here.
Like how to do a home-based business.
Yeah, we did, I think, in one of our session earlier on our Sunday session. So, yeah. Meetaji, are you there? So Meetaji is the one. From her I learned today, it's Instagram Reel. I had no idea what was that. So today I watched her video and I said, oh my God, this is something new for me, because I'm not active on Instagram. I know I have to, but I need to learn. I need to catch up.
Women Council should do the reels on Instagram and do that 20-second those videos.
Yeah,
So
they have.
Meetaji is Malton Women Council, so she's doing.
Yeah, I'm doing in representative capacity. So tagging Malton Women Council wherever I can. And now they have increased also. They are going to increase it to 60 seconds. So they are being very generous with real people.
Not 60 seconds now? Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I've heard. So they are really, people are so happy. I mean, those who are actually doing so much business through Instagram Reels. Because people are selling their clothing, their artifacts, their handicrafts, plants, everything. They are selling so many businesses and work from home things, this chain business thing. Everything is happening through Instagram Reels. This is what I observe, and this is really important also these days.
So one of my friend, she's going to do vote for Uzma, and I said no. She said no, I'm going to do it, and I said no, I don't want that way. So she said it's very in nowadays. She explained this, and in the morning I watched your video, and I said, okay, this is the new
okay. I'll also discuss with your friend.
By the way, congratulations to Uzma for the nomination.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yay.
And, yes. And I was thinking of getting you to talk to Divya for her live on Facebook when she comes back from England. Uzma?
Okay.
In 3 weeks?
I'll see.
On the weekend.
I'll see.
I'm helping her with the show, so I scout out the guests. So
we will discuss it later. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Okay, everyone. Have a very
thank you for having me. Thank you for listening to my voice.
That was an awesome session, very informative, and of course there are so many tips.
Faria, please do check the gratitude.
Yes, I'm so
Yeah,
glad.
it's there,
I'm so
right?
glad.
She is expert in this. I don't know how she manages. She's attending. She's very much here and she's taking notes and she's just amazing. Her blog is, yeah.
She's so quick.
Yeah, yeah. Capturing pictures and capturing everything which you are saying. Arshi, you need to teach us this gur.
Yes.
How to do it. Oh my God, you're so amazing. So one day we will invite you to teach us how to write so quickly and things like that. So have a wonderful long weekend, everyone.
Yeah.
Enjoy and be safe because I heard that numbers are increasing again.
Oh my God. Really?
Yeah, somebody told. Today we had a meeting, office meeting, and then they were discussing. And unfortunately, Delta is here now.
Which one?
People are getting sick. People who are fully vaccinated, even they are getting sick because
Oh,
of
really?
Delta. Yes.
Vaccine doesn't stop you from
Yeah.
catching it. It just reduces the effects a little bit.
But
Yeah.
the fact is, I think it's not that bad. I heard that few fully vaccinated caught and they came out. I mean, it was not that bad.
Yeah, I heard that one lady, she's hospitalized. She was fully vaccinated.
Oh.
So I don't know. So just be careful.
Usma, when is the next training for us? For
Sorry?
leadership? When is the ambassador training for us?
I have to check my calendar.
Okay.
So it will be our meeting.
Oh, you're meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm sorry, I confused you with different things. So it will be our meeting.
Our meeting, right? On the 8th?
Sorry?
We won't have on the 8th, right, Uzma ji?
I think so. I will check. No, it's not on 8th. 8th one is cancelled, Surjit.
Yeah, it is cancelled, yes.
It's already done. It's already done.
Already done, yes.
Yeah, I sent
Last
it.
time when it was cancelled and I forgot about it and I was sitting in front of the, I think so many of us.
So I sent the cancellation this time. Yeah, that was my mistake.
No, that was my mistake.